Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me finish.
Welcome to Let Me Finish, the weekly podcast where we discuss what the hell's going on in pop culture, current events, and everything else in between.
We are your hosts. I'm Janice.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jillian. Grab a glass of wine and let's get started.
And we are back. Let me finish episode 39.
Woohoo!
I am Stacy, your host today, and we have
Jillian.
And Janice.
Woohoo! Okay, so first, I want to apologize because we did not upload last week, which is so not like us because we have been very consistent, right? I actually pride myself on that because, like, I'm not a consistent person when it comes to certain things, and I feel like we've done really well with this podcast.
Yeah, these last couple of weeks, you're on your vlog, you're like, hey, I didn't upload.
It was 1 week. But anyway, so I apologize. We were having some technical difficulties, but we have that resolved and we are back. Oh, and I am on cloud 9 because it is my birthday weekend.
Happy birthday.
My birthday was yesterday and your girl is feeling good.
Yeah.
Your girl is...
None of your business.
I'm in my 40s, like mid 40s, 40 plus, 40 flirty, 40 fine, whatever you want to call
40
it.
40 and fabulous.
40 fabulous. I mean, I feel good. I look good. I'm feeling real good right now because I'm sipping on some.
It's like a little concoction.
Janice made it. It's like vodka, mango, pineapple,
a little Moscato.
and Moscato. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling good.
You're real good.
So everybody in the leave me a little comment wishing me happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll see, guys.
And so my birthday was yesterday, and we went out for my birthday, but that was just like around 1 because I pretty much celebrate my birthday all the way up until Thanksgiving.
Oh, you said round 1.
That was round.
Round
No,
1.
that was round 1. So we have more birthday celebrations.
Yeah, we're going out next week for her birthday for our girls' night. So
Yes.
we'll celebrate. Her
So
birthday
Saturday?
with
Yes.
the girls. Yeah.
So yeah, I celebrate pretty much all month
With the girlies.
up until Thanksgiving.
I'm getting bored.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's my birthday. I'm like, it's too much. Okay, thanks.
Listen, to me, birthdays mean more now than they've ever meant before because I'm getting older, right? And I have people that are passing away now that are like friends of mine. And this is so weird, but I was up late the other night looking at I was just trying to see, like I have some old photos and I want to make sure I never lose them. And I was just going through my old photos, making sure that everything's, saved in the cloud or just whatever, right? And I came across, this is so sad to say, like my dad passed away such a long time ago. Like sometimes I forget his birthday. And I came across his actual funeral obituary, like the flyer that they give you at the funeral. And I have it saved, and I came across it and I was looking at it and I was like, how old would he be today? He would have been 73. And then the crazy part is I see the year that
his birthday?
September 9th.
Okay.
And then I saw the year that he passed away like in 94. And I was looking at the age. He passed away when he was 43. And yes. And I realized, and
You've already passed.
so my dad passed. Yeah, my dad passed away basically 4 days after my 17th birthday, and I was just sitting there, and something heavy came across me, right? Which is why I was so excited this birthday because I have outlived
Your parents.
Yeah, like I've lived longer than what he was alive, and I realized
his
right,
mortality
and
date.
I was just like, I'm not trying to get heavy here, like
it's fine.
but. This is why this birthday has been such a big deal for me because I'm like, the fact that I'm here and I'm healthy. And I told you, my friend of mine just passed from cancer the other day, and her celebration of life is this coming week. They've already had her funeral, but they wanted to have a big thing for like friends and stuff. So that's this week. The fact that I'm still here, I'm healthy. I can see my kids every day, like growing up. Like it's just.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. I woke up yesterday morning and I was like, nothing on me hurts.
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing's
Right.
guaranteed. Yeah.
and I'm just like, I don't know. I just felt so good this birthday.
Well, that's
Sorry,
good.
guys.
That's good.
Makes
Yeah.
you really value the every day when you wake
Yes.
up. Every day I always say to,
Yeah.
oh, thank
'Cause
be
you don't
thankful
think
every day you
about
wake
it
up, but it's the truth.
When
Yeah.
you're in your 30s and your 20s, you're not thinking like this. But trust me, after
Yeah.
I've crossed over 45. I'm past 45 now. I'm just gonna put it. I'm 46. So like when
Beautiful.
you get to that stage, it's almost like, wow.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
It
still
was-
have a lot of life left to live.
I do.
Yes.
I do have a lot of life left to live, but
You know.
it's just something
And you
came.
just expect that for yourself.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I think that's great because when your dad passed away, that was a long process.
It was.
Of him being sick. We
Yes.
dealt with that for probably a good year,
Yeah, if not.
at least.
if not longer.
Where it was
I
actually
mean, I was.
It was. We were
Yeah,
so
I
young
was
that
so
you
young.
probably don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
I remember being at the hospital.
I
every
remember
day.
the hospital and
it was
just-
probably a good year of him being in and out of the hospital for he had slipped and broken his hip, and that kind of like triggered everything
to come back.
to
The cancer.
come back, and the cancer, or if he already had it. I like I said, I don't know the
They
exact
found it,
details.
yeah.
They found it again. But
you
it was
what,
it was a long
those
process.
balls,
Yes,
man.
but when I think
Those
back
balls.
at the time,
I didn't think he was gonna die.
I never thought he was going to pass away. But now when I look back at the time, I'm like, okay, so
think I really
he was
understood.
43 years old when he passed, and he had the cancer apparently for like about 10 years. It was in remission. So he had got cancer fairly young, and I was just like, wow, that's just so
Yeah.
unheard of to, and I mean, of course we were so young. 43 was like ancient back then.
Yes,
Right.
But when,
Yes.
when you're there at that age, you're just like, oh my gosh,
He was
it's
really
just-
young.
I'm still
He was
really
so young.
There's
Yeah.
still so much life left to live.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And that's what I'm saying. I don't really think I understand. I mean, I was 6.
Yeah.
So I was.
it hits you. I was 17 and I didn't understand.
So I was like, I was 6 years old, and I did not understand necessarily everything going on. Only thing, to be honest, at that time, only thing I really knew is that he was sick and that our family was together. That's really all.
Yeah.
I saw y'all every day. That's what I
so-
knew.
Anyway, I didn't want to put a damper on it, but anyway,
Yeah.
so
No, but
happy
it's-
birthday,
Happy
to-
birthday,
Happy
Sissy,
birthday,
and we're
Sissy.
so happy that nothing hurt when you woke up.
Yes.
Yeah, and I got some good gifts for my birthday.
Yes.
My hubby did me right.
He always does. Yes.
Every time.
Shout out to Ernest.
I know. The real MVP.
Yes, for real.
Okay, enough about me.
Yeah, that's how your week went, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I had a chill week. What did I do? Oh, okay. So since it's been 2 weeks since we filmed, so I had, I went out to dinner. Well, not this Friday, but last Friday, for my friend's birthday. She also had a big milestone birthday, and she was just living her best life. I'm just like, damn,
I
girl.
remember we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, girl, I want to
I
be
saw
you when
you.
I grow up. Because she truly, honestly, she said that, one of the things she said was, I didn't think I was going to make it to this. Because she, like I said, this is her own journey.
Well,
and
how old is she? What was her? Was it 50?
she turned 55.
Oh, 55. Okay.
And so she's been through a lot.
Okay.
Like I said, these are personal stories that I'm not going to put her business out there. But she was just like, I didn't think I would make it to this birthday because of everything she went through. And she had to do a lot of work on herself to get herself to the best place possible. And she's definitely done that. She says that, she feels loved and, physically she's in the best place possible, mentally, emotionally. She said that, I feel like I'm living my best life. And I'm just like, amen. I'm going to applause for her. And so happy birthday, Wendy. She actually, this past week, she was in Jamaica celebrating.
birthday. Woohoo.
So I told her, I said, just enjoy my home country, girl, enjoy. She goes, I will. She loves going to Jamaica. So every opportunity she has, she goes. She's, I think she was in Ocherius this time. So I told her, I said, oh, that's my
Nice.
Ocherius is nice. I told her my favorite is, hands down, is Negril is my favorite beaches
The
are in
beach.
Negril.
Best beaches.
And so she was pretty close to Dunn's River. I said, okay, I'm going to be honest. The beaches aren't the best at Dunn's River, and I don't climb the falls because
You don't climb you have?
No, I have not. I've been at the base of the falls, but I've never actually done the actual climb. I'm like,
Actually,
no.
I don't know. I think I did as a kid, but
No, I have not. I've not climbed the falls, and I don't have any interest in doing that. I'm not that adventurous, but I told her, I said, next time you go, Negrilla. She's been to Negrilla. She goes, yeah, you're right. I think Negrilla is her favorite too. But like, it's my favorite. But I'm like, you still enjoy Ocho Rios, but yeah, it's just happy birthday, Wendy!
yay, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, and then for me, I mean, my week was pretty chill, I guess. I mean, I really didn't have a lot going on. I honestly was just trying to get through the week. It was cold outside. I was bundled up.
Oh, yes, it got cold.
Yeah,
I felt like I was maybe coming down with something, so I just was taking my little my vitamins, taking my emergency, just trying to make sure I stayed well, and I did. Made it through, honey.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
other than that, and I had got my hair done red, but I didn't get to record and tell you guys. So yeah, I got my hair done red. I went with my boss's company, Generation Z. They did the hair, but I already changed it out. I think I'm gonna do. I have like a short blonde to bob now, but I think I'm definitely fully converted to these wigs. I mean,
Really?
it's just so easy. And now I'm doing glueless. I'm like, you really don't need to glue them down. Mm-hmm. And you just throw those babies on and go. So yeah,
makes life a lot easier.
It does. That's what I'm saying. And then your hair can breathe. I can do like my treatments on my scalp and all that good stuff. So, because that's why I think it's what I'm going to try and work on now is just getting my hair back healthy.
Getting your hair healthy.
It's definitely
it's
long,
very important.
but it needs to be like some TLC, some conditioning. It needs some moisture, penetration, all that good stuff. So I need to be able to do it all the time.
The main problem, I think, when we have these protective styles, we're not really protecting our hair. We think we are, but our hair, underneath it all,
it'll grow, but it's just like, is it growing in a healthy?
It's not healthy,
way?
and it's like mine is completely thinned out.
Yeah, mine is too. That's what I'm saying. Even just like the front I've done the first couple of times and my sew-ins, like my hair's thinned out in the sides, my edges and stuff. And I've always had really good edges. So I'm like, okay, I need to just stop.
Are you just going to throw in there that you had good edges? Because, I don't have no edges.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Let me just tell y'all the story too. I had a time.
I have edges, by the way.
She has them. They're just, they had, at one point, she had to regrow them back. And then they're thinner than they were at one point. But I tell you, I had gotten some braids one time, y'all. And I took those things out, and all my edges were snatched from the root. Like, and the first person I called was Stacy. I said, Stacy.
That was so disrespectful. Like,
Stacey,
oh my God, Stacy, how do you go without those edges? I'm like,
you
girl,
went through it.
I have. That's why
you went through when you lost your edges.
That's why I don't wear braids, because my hair texture is just not strong enough to
mine isn't
the braid pulling on it. So that's why
even the glue, I think, it's just my hair is too soft and fine. So the moment it's like it has to fight back, it can't.
Yeah.
Can't fight back at all.
I remember when I had braids in that time. When I took the braid out, I noticed.
That's how it was when I took the braids out that time.
Came out with the braids.
Like I was taking out my braids, and then by the time I unknotted they were the crochet braids. By the time I took out the crochet, the whole thing would come out.
I mean, I had no edges left. I lost my edges back in the 2000s when micro braids were like a big thing. I had micro braids one time, and I'm like, never again.
Which is why I called you first. You have gone through the experience, and I knew Jillian and my mom would be like, "See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why you shouldn't have did that." I'm like, "I'm ready. It's done."
She was on the edge. We would have pushed her over.
I was literally at the edge. I was freaking out.
I was like, "Girl, it's not that bad."
Stacey was like, and then I got on FaceTime. Stacey talking about, "Oh yeah, it's to the scalp." I was like, she's like, yeah, it's probably not gonna grow back. I'm like, that's not what I want to hear right now. I want to hear it grew back.
It did grow back.
It grew back.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that was my week. So other than that, I didn't have anything else going on. I just was working on my training programs and stuff.
All right. So I guess we'll just take a quick break and get right back into it.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. And while we took our little break, one of the chokeholds that we have is that Kourtney Kardashian had her baby yesterday on my birthday. So, I could care less.
You're like, oh my God, you took my
Neither could Jill. We don't care, but Janice just...
That's my chokehold. Thanks for the
She
introduction.
just wants everyone to care, and
Thanks for the introduction. It's not even that I want you to care. It's just, hey, I know some of our listeners probably do care, and I care, and that's the whole point. Maybe
It's
you
not like
don't
it's her-
care.
she has like 3
but
kids
maybe
already.
Some of the listeners do care.
Not that big of a
and
deal.
I do too.
She has 3 kids. It's not like it's her first baby.
You know what? I'm happy for her because I know they were struggling to conceive in the beginning. She is 43 or 44, so I think she really wanted to have this baby with her love of her life,
Who was obsessed with her sister.
well,
But
he's
whatever.
obsessed with her
They're
now.
just weird.
So at the end of the day, I'm happy for them.
Courtney's
Baby
a
name-
consolation prize. Let's be
Basically, she's the consolation prize.
That's
I
horrible.
wonder if he'd be thinking about Kim when he would Courtney.
That's horrible.
Because if he couldn't
I
get
think so.
Kim, he'll just be like, I got me just a Kardashian. I'll take anyone at this point.
So you think it's really just transactional for him?
I think at this point, I think he probably does love her. But I mean, if I can't have Kim, I mean, I'll have the next best thing.
So it's transactional. So he
Man.
literally just wanted a status.
He just wants a Kardashian. He wanted a Kardashian. He got one.
What did he want a Kardashian for?
He just wanted Kim.
I don't,
He
girl,
was
I don't
obsessed
know.
with Kim. I don't know.
I'll be in his mind to be trying to
I
figure
mean,
out
I
what
mean,
he
the man
wants.
was attracted to Kim Kardashian. Is that a crime?
No.
I would not want to be with a man that was attracted. Like, okay, I would not.
That's an attractive girl. I'm pretty sure any man I'm with
Let me-
is going to
let me
think
tell you
you're
something.
attractive.
I'm sorry. I would not want to
No.
be with a man that was obsessed with you and wanted
no.
you.
Not
so
obsessed with me,
he
but
was
I'm sure he's
obsessed-
I'm a cute girl.
I'm
No.
sorry. If
No.
I
That's an
I
instant-
would. Yeah, that's an ick for me. Like, I would not want to be with someone that I know
I wouldn't
had,
wanna know.
that had a thing for you and wrote about it in a book. That would be a complete turn off for me. No. Everybody
Well,
knows because he put it in his
book.
memoir that he had a thing for her,
That's
and he just really
that's a
wanted to be
non-starter.
with her.
I wouldn't even entertain
I would
that.
not, because
I'm
I
a-
couldn't get past that.
I'm a soldier of love.
All right.
And they
whatever.
say they love each other. So I'm still happy they found each other. And I'm happy they had their baby together.
Supposedly the baby's name is Rocky 13 Barker.
Yeah, I'm not sure the 13, what's that about? But Rocky, I think that's kind of cute. So
Rain, Rocky,
congratulations,
Penelope,
Courtney and Travis,
Mason.
on your new bundle of joy, your baby boy. Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay. Well, my obsession was House of Villain.
Oh, and then really quick, I just want to say rest in peace, Matthew Perry, because that
yes.
was really sad.
Yeah.
And he was he was way too young to pass away. He had just I feel like he had kind of gone past some of his, he was
Demons.
getting past some of those demons, his addiction. They even said that in the autopsy, they didn't find anything in his system. So it's, who knows? Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So my obsession this week has been House of Villains with Tiffany New York Pollard.
It's on E, y'all.
Yes, reading Omarosa for Filth. When I tell you, I'm not a person that gets easily shocked, but when I saw this clip, I probably watched it like 15 times back to back to back because I was just like, no, she didn't. No, she just did that on national television.
And just so y'all know, Tiffany Pollard, aka New York. I
From
love
Flavor
New
of
York
Love.
from Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about.
yeah. So I'm gonna play you the clip real quick. Hold on.
In front of all these people that you did not want my vote. Since I already said that, Omarosa, may I also say that I find you to be a sucking, guzzling Republican. Oh, yo! And I sleep better at night knowing that you're not in the White House. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, you just said in front of all.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm just like, because whenever Omarosa came into the house, everybody was running running away because like I guess they're all in this house and they're all pull up in this limo and they're like, okay, who's the next celebrity? And I guess Omarosa was the last one that was pulling up to the house. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's Omarosa. And everybody kind of went and kind of hid in the house and didn't actually come and greet her like the other people in the house. And so they were afraid of her. So for Tiffany to be like, yeah.
Afraid of her for what?
Yeah, she's on. And
For
especially
what?
I think she ended up getting eliminated that night when she said that. For her to be like,
Who,
yeah.
New York got
Oh, New
eliminated?
York did get eliminated?
Yeah.
Well, good thing she said what she had to say.
Yeah. And I think she had a feeling that that's where she's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me if y'all
I'm
vote me out.
gonna get it off my chest. Honey.
Yes, and so she did, and so she's my new hero. So yay, which is saying a lot coming from. I mean,
I
she
think
used
it's
to be-
funny because I do feel like Omarosa is probably the original villain of TV.
She is.
She was like one of the first
Yeah.
villains on reality TV.
Oh, with the apprentice.
With the exception of the guy that she's on there with, Johnny something. He's like the blonde haired guy from Survivor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he was on season 1 of Survivor. He was one of the first villains too. So they were like the originals.
Yeah, Omarosa. But I think when her season of The Apprentice came out, a lot of it was, I think a lot of it was painting her as a villain because she was black.
She was a bitch.
Mm-hmm. And she was a bitch.
She was a bitch, Julian.
Yeah.
Like, don't put she was a bitch. She was on the show.
But I think a little piece of white people hated her, especially on the shows because she was black. I think because
she was a bitch.
Well, there's plenty of people who are bitches on the show.
And they get called out. They're villains.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, why even put the race in there? She was a bitch. It wasn't like what they said was unwarranted whatsoever.
The fact that
like
she was
people
on
purpose.
I think it was one of the challenges. She was trying to fake that she had a concussion and she couldn't do anything. And
she was calculated. So she's a bitch. And she just happened to be a black bitch.
Yeah. So she definitely rolled her for filth. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
But hey,
New York is a person who's never been afraid to say what's on her mind. New York,
Tiffany Pollard, however you want to call her. No, that woman makes some good TV. She is hilarious, honey.
Essentially, she's probably the original villain because that was from
Omarosa was first
before Flavor. Mm-hmm. Really?
Because you really got to think Flavor. I mean, it was like really Survivor and then Apprentice. Those were the first 2 reality TV shows.
Okay,
and then the other one started popping up, and the dating one started popping up.
But if anyone could go head to head with Omarosa, it would be her.
It would be New York, absolutely, because New York.
But she's crazy though, like certified. Like
she's so funny, and her and her mom were good TV because her mom was crazy too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think they were both on Celebrity Big Brother too.
Yeah.
So they have a little bit of history. So.
Oh, and speaking of reality TV, and we'll be done with this. So I saw this clip where Ayanna and Tamar and her family were on
Tamar
there.
Braxton. Mm-hmm.
And I guess they were doing like some type of therapy session, and the mama girl said, "Enough!" Like,
that's like, girl,
this is so old.
I just happened to see the clip the other day, and I said, "Oh, that mama said stop."
This is like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
I'm behind.
Tamar, she was being. I'm gonna be honest. She was being very disrespectful, and she's like, "You're being disrespectful." And the mom had to.
The mom came in with the mom.
She's like, "No, you're not gonna. She's here to help us. You're disrespecting her. Enough is enough."
It was how she told her to shut up. It was. I was just like, "Dang, okay, mama's mama."
Yeah. I remember when they were on there. I didn't watch it, but I remember it was a long time ago.
Reality TV show.
There was a couple episodes I watched them. I'm like,
me and reality TV are one in one. I love it. So,
all right. Well, let's go ahead and just get into our main topic then.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Well, okay. Well,
I know what we're talking about.
Shouldn't you be saying what we're talking about?
I know what we're talking about, but I'm just really not interested in what we're talking about. But
okay, well,
anyway, we're talking about Britney's memoir, and I'm gonna put it out there. I did not read it because I'm just not really a Britney fan. I mean, she's okay, but
I'm just come for you. Go ahead and come for her in the comments, y'all.
No, I'm not really a Britney. I like Britney. She's
get her reader for filth, y'all.
Don't do that. don't do that. I'm not just.
Girl, them
some
Britney
people
fanatics.
I know some people have their people. I'm just not. Britney's just not one of my people. But she's cool. And I mean, I see her on Instagram like twirling with the knives and all that. So I didn't read it. However, I don't have to read it. It's been everywhere. So I saw like clips and stuff like that. So I have an idea of. I know what's going on. I know what she said in the book. So I can join the conversation, but I could care less.
Yeah. Janice read it. I haven't read it. It's on my to be read list.
So for me, I care, not just because I like Britney Spears, but because I do feel like that girl was in a prison. The girl was in a prison in her own life.
Yes.
And if it could happen to her, it could happen to you.
It can, yes.
So that's the part of it was just hearing her side of the conservatorship and what happened there, because I will always say there's nothing Britney did at any point in time that warranted her to be in a conservatorship ever.
And that's why I say it's very important to have people around you, or because the people that should have been protecting her the most, her family, were the ones that were using her and betraying her. Like, obviously, you know, the media or society or people in general will betray you, but your family should always have your back and be like the place you go for security and safety. And her family was fucked up, and what they did to her was so wrong.
And I actually think if you really think about it, like a lot of those like child celebrities, their parents do that kind of stuff to them. Aaron Carter, Lindsay Lohan, like
I think
can't
it's
even think of
it's the money that gets
it's
to
the
it's
money that gets to them.
The children become the breadwinners and throws everything off.
And I think even like Raven Simone, like different stories you would hear. So I think the biggest difference is that they just did it in a very calculated way, and they actually like got her. They won.
Yeah.
They got her in a conservatorship. Even Justin Bieber, like how he was acting a couple of years ago, Amanda Bynes, none of them are like in conservatorships, even though they were out there acting insane.
Right.
But for whatever reason, it was just, I think it was the time she came out. By the time she came out, there wasn't a lot of solo female pop artists. She was like really one of the first pop artists to come out. And she was
she?
Yeah, think about it.
As far as
Think about
late
pop.
90s.
Think about pop and being a solo artist. There were a lot of girl bands.
What about like Christina Aguilera?
She came out after Britney.
What about Pink?
Came out after Britney. Britney Spears was like
The late
the head
90s,
of that whole entire trajectory of solo female pop artists. Like
late
the
90s.
first.
There was, of course, pop stars before
like
her.
Avril Lavigne came out.
Yeah,
all
I
Jessica
guess
Simpson, all of them, Mandy Moore.
I
All of them
wasn't
came out
really
after
into
her.
pop. I think that was I was going through my hood era back then. I was listening to like just.
This is
This is
late
this
90s,
is like
early
TRL
2000s.
days. Like
Yeah.
because you had
Oh my god, I remember TRL.
Yeah, like in TRL, so you had like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. They were like the first and the leaders. Britney came right at the same time as
them,
NSYNC and them.
Yeah.
So
in fact,
and she decided to go solo, and she was one of the few. So I feel like they just attacked her from the jump, like her body, what she looked like. This is too sexy. You're a role model. She was like the quintessential starting point for all of that, all the criticism that comes with being a pop star. And she would say, like, it was just like how the interviews would even go. They would be sitting there interviewing together, and it would be like questions about their music and and how their artistry, and then hers would be about, what are you wearing? Why are you so sexy? Do you feel like you're
a good role model for little
girls? It was like her questions were always like negative. And I think after the whole, and that's why mainly in the book, I think people they're coming for Justin a lot now. Mostly Justin. Wade, it's very minimal. But with Justin, I definitely feel like Justin has things to he needs to apologize for.
Well, how do we know he hadn't apologized to her? Because she didn't put it in the book?
I don't know. I'm just saying right now you made everything else
needs to be
public, so
public.
why not your public apology?
Yes, it definitely needs to be public.
You made it public that you were insinuating you took her
here's
virginity,
my
which
thing.
was untrue.
I did not
You were
read-
fine with putting that out there.
I didn't read the book, right? But this happened throughout the time that has passed, and they went on with their lives, had been married, had kids, and all that kind of stuff. Did she say at any point in the book that they've ever had any communication?
No.
Oh.
Not since.
Because I wonder, like,
No,
throughout
they're not friends.
Throughout the
They don't
years, have
speak.
they ever?
No, he's never apologized to her. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
okay,
do we know? We don't know that. You just
she
said
said-
that she never said that he didn't apologize. We don't know.
I'm saying she doesn't have communications if she doesn't speak to him. So, from my understanding, there's been no apology. And on top of that, I'm like, it does. I know it's been a long time. I know he might have changed, but I mean, we just like Danny Masterson had to answer for his stuff he did. That was years ago. He probably has reformed.
Okay, but that is totally different from.
It's still. I mean, I'm okay. Yes,
Okay,
one
that
is
was-
way worse.
One's a crime.
That was a
One's
crime.
a crime. But I'm just saying, people still have to answer for things that they've done. I mean, we all know that. We're
But-
over here talking about, hey, don't cancel me.
I think the difference is that Justin's never had his reckoning. And now is like, okay, back then when you're doing these things that were incorrect, you got to slide by. You never were held accountable. Yes, you could have changed and be like, hey, I shouldn't be doing this stuff, which I don't think he has, because he's had recent situations where he was inappropriate as a married man. So I don't think he's fully changed, but he's never been held. And it's hard because they're public figures. He's never been held accountable for what he did. You can say, oh, it was age, but a part of that maturity is like, hey, I was young. I should not have done this. It was inappropriate. I did this. And I think he has
just to be clear, what did he do now?
He has admitted that when album
can tell you.
sales were not good, when he launched his debut
I tell you,
album.
from reading the book, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he did. Okay. So they're together, living together, right? You're cheating on her left and right, right? Okay, that's fine. So she says she had one time where she went to a club. She made out with Wade Robinson. She came and told him. They worked through that months before he even started his album. So then when you're going through making this album, you decide to slowly pull away from her. Not in the normal, hey, I think things are changing for us, but I'm going to do the typical ghosting her, the original ghosting, ghost you, not speak to you as much, not be at the house. She's asking what's going on, what's happening. Look, all the while, throughout the entire album, because everybody says it's just Cry Me a River, the entire album is about being cheated on, pretty much, right? And then in the video, you specifically pick a girl that looks just like Britney Spears, just like her, in the same little outfit she used to wear at that time.
Yeah.
And then you had a man who looked just like Wade Robinson in the video, and then you're walking in, Cry Me a River. So you went with the intention of exploiting this relationship, this cheating scandal that was never her sleeping with him.
So he insinuated in an artistic way that she may have cheated on him.
That he slept with someone else.
Well, he insinuated in an
she
artistic way.
So then when
when
all
people
the media
specifically asked him, he would never admit.
So you think it's okay that he insinuated that?
This is not what I'm saying. I just want
saying
to
it was
know
wrong.
for clarity. He never actually came
you-
out and said she cheated on me, or he just insinuated artistically in his video that she may or may
And
not
when
have
he was
cheated on
asked
him.
on interviews,
So
he deferred
they
the question
asked
and
him-
did not say no.
But he never actually said she cheated on me.
No, he didn't.
Okay, that's all. That's literally all I wanted to know.
But I feel like
And
he
then
still
when
had a
the
responsibility
media-
when the media put that narrative out there. He didn't step up and was like, "Hey,
Everybody was
this
like,
was artistic.
poor Justin.
This was artistic. This is not a reflection of what truly happened in my life." He never fully stepped out because he liked the attention, and it did drive his album sales.
Okay.
And that's where
That's
the part
where it was
is
wrong.
No,
That's where it was
I'm
wrong.
not saying that's not right or wrong. I just want to clarify.
I mean, at the
because
time,
I heard the rumors
At the time, too, it was how the media was coming for her. That's when she did the Diane Sawyer interview.
Yes.
That's when Diane Sawyer came. Have you ever watched that interview?
So I saw clips. So I have a question for you. So if he's insinuating one thing and they're asking him questions in the interviews and he's not saying no, he's just letting it go. Well, why didn't she come out and say this did not happen?
She said even in the interview,
Why
she
she speak
didn't
up for
feel
herself?
like she said because she was in love with this man. She still had love for him. She did not want to hurt him in any way. And I feel like that was the sad part about it is I feel like Britney was being protective of him and he
Okay.
was completely disregarding her feelings and her protection.
Okay.
He did
that's,
not
That's
care.
all I was wondering. Like, well, why didn't she come out and say, well, what are you talking about? Well, I mean, I guess this is her coming out now telling her side of the story.
For sure.
Right. And I think the crazy part is, and I'm not going to say any names, but so I was talking to somebody yesterday and, I was talking to him and he was like, basically like, yeah, I still think she's lying about sleeping with Wade Robinson. And I'm like, well, why would you think she's lying? Because she's the one saying she didn't do it and it's her body. So I'm like, even it's that powerful. What he did was that powerful to where that assumption is still more of a validation for people than her own words.
Mm-hmm. And even if she did sleep with him, what's the problem? Because apparently he was cheating too.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I just think it's crazy. Like the girl was just like, she admit, because I'm like, why even admit? She wouldn't even be bringing this up in the book. She wouldn't admit to the making out.
I don't see why she would lie at this point if she slept with him. She slept with him. I mean, she's been through so much in her
Exactly.
life. Sleeping
What
with
would be the
somebody
point of
that's
her-
like not
but
even.
you're still saying she's lying, and I'm like, that's the crazy part. Is it's now it's like that assumption weighs heavier for people than her own words.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
part of
people
my issue
pick
with
their
what happened.
favorites and they have their favorites, and it doesn't matter what the other person says. They're going to believe with.
Yeah, that's
For
true.
me,
Look
neither
at Johnny
one of
Depp
them
and
are-
Amber Heard. Like there were people who are like, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure she
Tori
is
and
crazy.
Meg, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is
Tori and
crazy
Meg.
and did exaggerate stuff, but people are like, all of it is a lie.
Yeah, and people have their faves. For me, neither one of them are my faves because I believe that Justin, I
Britney.
think he's a culture vulture. So
He is.
I don't
He
like
is.
either one of them.
He
really.
is, and she speaks about that in the book.
She did.
About
I
how
saw some
he
excerpts
would
that were
talk
saying
a
that.
certain way when certain black celebrities and rappers and things were around, and he would call himself like certain things, and she'd be like, "It's embarrassed." She was like embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I think that he's always been.
I mean,
like
it's been
that.
talked about before. It's like
that's why he's getting. Remember
they've
he's
been
getting
saying
cornrows.
that.
Like
Yeah, they've
boy,
been saying that
with
he
your blonde
culture
hair.
appropriates and I personally think that he does that
He
too.
has problematic behavior to me.
He does. Because
Like, even the whole Janet thing, like, I felt that was all of the wrongdoing landed on Janet, even though she did not pull her own top down.
Yeah.
He did it.
For sure. At the end of the day, with Justin, now that we have some distance, he wouldn't have had the success he had if it had not been for a lot of black artists signing
exactly
off
what it
with
is.
him,
Like
or
Timberland.
Timberland, including him in his space, Pharrell. A lot of black
That's
artists
what
really put him on.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of times, and this is something that
I
happens
think
all the
he's
time.
talented, though.
He is talented,
And
but
so was the rest of the group. But if you see how it
Not talented.
JC was a better singer.
Listen,
Stop
the
playing.
group itself was they had
JC was a
talented
better
people.
singer.
But I think Justin rode that whole cultural appropriation thing
Yes.
to the bank.
And
he had a good team.
and
he had a good
a
team.
lot of
Brittany even
times-
said that the whole entire NSYNC was like that. Like, as far as them kind of being bonding more with black artists than white artists.
Yeah.
That Backstreet Boys was more the white, like they were white artists, but NSYNC they bonded more with the black artists.
Yeah. And I think with Justin, the reason why he has like success, not saying that we because he does have that R&B flavor to him. And so black people definitely still like that and don't really care if you're black or white. But I think at the end of the day, the reason why he's so popular with white fans is because they're able to partake in black culture without actually having to deal with black artists. And I think that's a part of it too.
Oh.
Didn't think
I
about
didn't
it
even
that
think about
way,
it that
but-
way, but that could be a thing. But I do think overall, like, I can't lie, I do love Justin's music.
I like his music, but
I
he
do.
irks me because this is so weird for me, but I actually like Jessica Biel a lot. I don't know why, but I really
I
like
like
her.
her.
No, she's a good actress.
And
She's so beautiful.
She was in Candy.
I love Candy. I know. I actually really
She's a
like.
great- she's a
she's a
great
good
actress.
right?
And
it
he
kind
was in there, too.
It pissed me off, like
Sinister
when the
or
whole
Sin?
cheating scandal came up with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you cheat on Jessica Biel? Because for whatever
She was
reason,
pregnant too at the time.
Yes, and he was in New Orleans filming. He
A
was
movie.
cheating with the black girl too. At that,
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like
let
Justin,
him some culture.
it's just like she cheated on him, quote unquote, kissing Wade Robinson, which of course you made it seem like something different, and the whole world is like, we hate you, Brittany. Can't believe you did this to Justin. And all the while, he's just doing his dirt.
Doing his dirt,
Not,
yeah.
and everybody's like, that's okay.
I don't know. I just when I think about Justin, I'm not really a fan of his. I don't have an issue with his music or whatever, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
he's sneaky.
And I think-
but he has
yes.
a good PR
He has
team.
a great PR
He has
team.
good
He
people
knows
representing
exactly
him.
what to do and
like,
say.
yeah. So
And the thing with Justin, for me, I like him. He's talented, but I think overall, as a human, I don't know if he's the greatest.
another thing
so.
too, I heard he turned his comments off since all this came out, and he was actually supposed to be like doing like a little mini tour because he has like a new album that's
He
supposedly
does?
coming. They said that, but now he had to cancel those dates or whatever because of what's going on. Yeah, he has new music coming, and he was going to start doing like not a tour, but just
Yeah.
like little
Like pop-ups.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
That makes sense. I mean,
And
but
then
yeah.
they said he turned his comments off. I don't know if it's truthful.
And that's the thing. I think even just like how people were coming for Jada, and people are like, "Oh my God, people are coming for
Okay,
Justin."
she deserves.
I'm like, "Hey, girl."
girl, that thing you sent me last night, I watched that thing like too many times.
Oh, I sent her this video of like it was basically somebody. It was Britney and Jada, and it was just basically a spoof on how they be acting on social media. And it's, but girl, at one point, my part on the meme I sent Stacey was just like Tupac.
It's like I'm so sick.
They talk about Tupac all
I'm
the
so
time.
sick of Jada and this damn. Oh, I'm so sick of her. And she be lying. Like I can't with her.
But yeah, so I feel like I give an equal opportunities type thing. I feel like, hey, I feel like I call it like I see them, and I believe what I believe. Like there are parts like I can't even say. I feel like Britney's just trying to get her truth out there.
But you know what, though? After just listening to you guys talk and just like reading comments, because like I said, I didn't read the book, but I've read enough to know what was said and what's going on. And I've heard other people's opinions and stuff. After seeing all this stuff, I feel like Britney still has so much potential. And all that time that she spends dancing around in her bedroom or whatever, living room, I feel like if she had...
she has no drive to do
like,
music.
Again, really? But
No,
I feel like
said
she
feels like it's been stolen.
But
from
I
her.
feel
And
like,
it has.
honestly, she could put out a bomb-ass album, right?
Yes, absolutely.
With some,
Yeah,
and
she
she can
could.
do like a bomb ass like mini tour, like nothing big, but just a couple.
Another
She
residency, really, honestly.
Yeah, she could.
Maybe that might be
And
too much for her doing
she
it every
straight up-
night like that, but just maybe just.
Yeah, I mean, but the residency with Usher, I mean, you get to pick what day. So if I say I
just-
want to work
Right.
3 times a
Maybe
day,
the residency she did before was horrible because it was somebody controlling her, telling her
Right,
when she had
but
to
I
be
just
on
feel
stage.
like honestly, Britney she got a lot of potential, girl, and she be. I look at now when I see her twirling, I'm like the last little video she just dropped
Yeah.
of her twirling. I was like, girl, you got some rhythm. Like, no, I look at her differently, honestly.
She even talks about like why I dance half naked on my
yeah. So
my
now I don't view
Instagram.
her as crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is just her way of people. Some people
I
work
think
out.
it's just her way of
Some people work
regaining
out. This is just what
control
she
of her
does.
life.
Yes, and
It's like it seems so silly, but the fact that I'm even able to do it,
it's her way of having
and
control.
I don't think it's over for her. I think that honestly, Britney could put out a bomb. Like I could see her doing like pop R&B.
absolutely.
Type
And I
Yes.
think even one point she said she asked, "Please, can I just redo some of my music? I want to redo it. Like, just give them something different. I want my fans to have something
You know-
different." And then so they did like a thing with her, and they actually had artists come out and redo her songs. And they were remade. She said she was sitting there, and Jamie Lynn came out and presented her award. She's like. And Jamie Lynn did a rendition of one of her songs. And she was like talking about how angry she was, just sitting there, like literally people doing what she's been begging
What she's been begging to do. Yeah.
And here I am having to sit here and smile and put on a good show, a face, even though I'm livid
That
inside.
would piss me off. You know, Plies, he's like so obsessed with her. He's a rapper. I think they could do something good together.
I think
Musically.
she could.
Yes,
but I
music-
think, I think right now,
musically, yeah.
music for her would have to be something that would be fully her choice. And
Yeah,
I don't
something
think-
that
I
she
don't
would
think-
want to do, though.
I feel like they've kind of tainted it for her for right now, and it's like theirs.
yeah.
Well, hopefully in the future she could.
Well, she's gone
go
through
back
enough
to her
healing
joy.
that she can definitely go back and
Yeah.
find joy.
And she talked about
and dancing and singing.
wanting to find the healing. She even talked about her miscarriage in the book, about how she knows it was premature for her to announce, but she was just so excited and so excited.
Oh, but
to
y'all
have,
didn't talk about the pregnancy with her and Justin. Y'all skipped that.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, that was just he did a lot of things to her. I felt like a lot of different things that he just did not have her back on. But I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of celebrities that get pregnant and get rid of the baby.
a lot of people
abort
do
the
that.
baby. I wasn't like that. Wasn't shocking for me at all for whatever reason.
It's not shocking to me either.
I would
At
have
the end of the
assumed
day,
at some point she would have.
I don't
gone through
blame
that.
him either because I mean he can't make her do it, but I mean that was a choice they came to together. They were young at the time, had their careers ahead of them.
yeah, but he could at least been there for
But,
her
yeah,
when she's going through the process.
She did. He was there
He
because she
was.
took the pill and she said he was there the whole time. But so like I said, like I don't think that Justin was a horrible person or boyfriend. I just think when it came down to what was better for what he needed in his life, he chose himself above her.
And that
100%
might
of the
be
time.
what they were pushing him to do. And I feel like if people were pushing Britney to choose herself,
Yeah, and
know,
they weren't. They were
that's the
definitely
thing. So
exploiting her.
right,
Yeah.
she was being exploited. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel
He-
bad. I think she's just like the beginning of it, and she had to take all the stones for all the future artists.
Yeah.
It's just sad that something that she loves so much, she doesn't find pleasure doing it anymore.
Yeah.
She was so good at it.
Yeah.
But okay,
just
she's not
thinking-
that great of a singer. Come on, let's just
She
not.
was a good entertainer.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
she's a
say
good
she was the
singer.
most
Okay.
best. I
She,
didn't say
okay.
she was
she's
a
the
great
most
singer.
range. She's
Okay.
never had the person that had the
She's
most range.
not.
But you always find it
a
funny
good voice.
that
She's
out of all those artists that came
Star
out,
Search, like she clearly had a voice.
She's okay. There's some great singers
Christina
out there.
Aguilera is a better singer.
She is.
Period.
A lot of people.
Because she has
However,
a-
Britney's
no,
a better entertainer. Period.
yes, Bernie Entertainer, and also I always tell people,
Better dancer, better choreographer,
Listen,
better show.
she's an entertainer, yes, but she's not a vocalist.
yeah, I always find it funny when people say, "Oh, you're not a vocalist or you're a better singer." Just because you can hit them higher ranges does not mean somebody who hits it on a lower register or can't hit those high notes doesn't
'Cause
mean you're a bad
'cause
singer
you know what,
or you're
Eric,
not as good as
you know
other
what,
people.
like-
You just can
Aren't.
do
You're just
different.
not as good a vocalist.
You know what
That's
kills
what
me?
it is.
Adele.
Right.
Adele is like this amazing singer. I'm not saying that she's not, but she's so boring to me. Like I would never.
What? Now, I love
she's
Adele.
in
You
no,
don't have to have her. Her
She's-
voice don't need. Her
she's-
voice needs nothing else.
no, she's amazing, but I could not see myself going to go see Adele. Like, don't hate me. I
Because you're there to let. She definitely can bring out the emotion. I'd be like boohoo crying. I'd be like, oh my god.
I would probably either fall asleep or like, oh my god, can we go now?
No,
Okay.
because
But that's
no,
fine.
because you're
That's
not
okay.
really listening to the music. You're not really
or that's not what she
absorbing.
wants to go to a concert
Yeah.
to see. That's
No,
okay.
like I would never. Like
Not-
she's an amazing singer,
First of all, let's
but
be
I would
clear.
never.
I don't like to go to concerts. Period. I don't enjoy going to them at all.
I don't mind, but
Like, and I
I
like
just
music.
would not go
I
to her
just don't
concert.
like to sit in concerts. It's not really my
Yeah.
thing.
I'd rather go see Britney than Adele. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah,
And if I'm
'cause
gonna
you're-
go, I need to have somebody dancing.
Because
Yeah.
I think with Britney, why you would prefer Britney, because you're there for the visual.
I'm there for the entertainment.
For the visual aspects of that entertainment, where Adele is a straight singer,
Yeah.
and you're there to listen to
Yo,
the music.
I would feel
That's
cheated.
like
and
trying
really
to compare
tap into
Mariah
emotions.
Carey. Yeah, Mariah Carey's a vocalist. The girl
Yeah,
can't
I
dance.
wouldn't go see her.
She can't.
She
Like
can't
she
dance.
ain't no Beyonce.
She's so
Beyonce
stiff,
gonna
honey.
give you both.
And that's why I always, for me,
But you know,
Okay,
I'm a Rihanna fan though.
Jillian now, ain't nobody can do it better than B.
No, I will
Nobody.
give you that.
No. Okay,
Nobody
no,
can do
okay.
it better
Nobody
than
can
B.
sing
Wait,
and entertain the way Beyonce can. Period.
Facts. I
Brittany,
give you
okay,
that.
so Beyonce
Period.
is a good singer. I don't think she has like.
She's don't you open your mouth.
She.
Listen,
I don't think
You
she's
don't-
like
there's
quite.
a song
She's not.
within my heart.
No.
Have you ever heard her
I don't.
sing that song?
I don't think she's on the level of Mariah Carey or Whitney
Oh,
Houston
girl, you don't lost
vocally.
your mind. I'm done. We need
I think she's like
no.
right there.
We need to
but
end the
she-
podcast
no.
right
You're
now
sick.
because if you're up here
You
and say
literally have a
No.
hearing
vocally,
problem.
Vocally,
You have a
no.
hearing problem.
I don't think she.
Have you ever? But maybe because you don't always focus on her vocals because of her entertainment value.
Vocally?
because vocally, Beyonce is right on par. Beyonce's
Very
hitting them
much.
With
same
Whitney
notes.
Houston?
Hitting them
Yes.
same notes, honey.
she can hit them
Hitting
notes.
them same notes.
No, I don't think so.
Hitting
You
them
know
same,
what?
Jennifer Hudson hitting them
Same
same
notes.
notes.
I don't think so.
Even Jennifer Hudson be hitting them up.
It's,
Whitney,
the difference
yes,
is
Jennifer Hudson's a great.
is that you
No,
also
Jennifer
coupled
Hudson can
in-
hit them notes. She's
And so can
vocally
Beyonce.
there.
Here's the thing.
I don't think
the
so.
The difference is
You just don't like Beyonce.
No.
No.
Jillian, have you ever listened to her music and
I
heard
am a-
the ranges?
I don't think
She
so.
does have a good range, but I don't think her range
Jillian.
is as wide as Whitney
Definitely.
Houston and
Oh,
Mariah
girl,
Carey or
I'm
Jennifer
so done.
Hudson.
So here's
I'm
the thing:
done.
the fact that you would say Mariah Carey, I can understand because she can hit that high note. Whitney,
I don't
Whitney
think
Houston,
I don't think she can
she
even hit
can
that note
definitely
anymore.
hit all the notes that Whitney can hit. All
She
of them.
can.
Times
And
two.
she has.
What?
And she has.
She's literally done.
Nah. Okay, I guess the reason
literally done
why.
it.
Okay, until she sings "I Will
difference
Always
is-
Love You," and then I don't want to hear it.
She has.
I believe she may have.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna
she
have
sounded
when we done
phenomenal.
with we
And on top of that,
Wait.
and on top of that, I think it's the difference is that she can do both. Maybe
No,
because
no,
maybe because
no,
you see
no.
her do both, you forget
no.
that she's doing the other
no.
part.
I'm not saying that Beyonce is not an amazing singer. That just
She's amazing at
I think
both.
she's more talented
She
than
is.
Whitney
I'm not-
Houston
I'm not
because she
denying
can
that.
sing and dance all at the same time
She's
and
more
hit all
I'm
them
not
notes.
denying that. But I'm saying when you're just listening to vocals, I
Yes,
feel
vocally, Beyonce is on like the top, on par with all the
That's why-
greats.
That's why
No.
when they do Divas Live and they're all on stage and she's
listen.
hitting the same notes they hitting,
You're
and
not
they're going
gonna-
back and forth.
We'll have
and
to
all
go back
their-
and listen. I
You're
don't
not
feel
gonna win. You're not gonna win this
until,
one.
I know
Beehive,
Jennifer Hudson
come out,
has that
girl.
range and hits that with because
And
she
so does
sung "I Will
Beyonce.
Always Love You." I need to hear her sing "I Will Always Love You."
Even
and if we
in-
have,
did you watch
Okay,
Dreamgirls?
we'll look it up. We'll
Did
look
you
it up.
watch Dreamgirls?
that one song.
I'm
Listen,
gonna be honest. Dreamgirls, the only person's performance where I was just like, "Whoa," was Jennifer Hudson.
that's crazy. Did you listen to listen? The vocalist.
Okay, we're not doing this.
Yeah, we're not
and
doing
How
this.
she goes from low to high over and
Here's
over
the
and
thing.
over again.
You know how
Crazy.
Julian is when she has
Listen
her
was a
people. When she
beautiful
got her
song.
people, that's just what it is. So
Listen was beautiful.
okay. All right, we're not gonna debate over
Not
the greatest
today.
vocalist.
It already did happen, and I already said it's Beyonce.
guys,
No, vocally,
listen,
no. I'm sorry, no.
guys, it's been
Who's better?
great.
I think Whitney Houston's a better vocalist.
She's dead.
Oh, Janice.
Janice.
She's. What do you mean?
I don't
I'm
think
talking about
she's-
now.
I think Jennifer Hudson's a better vocalist. I think Mariah Carey's a better vocalist.
Girl,
but
Mariah can't even carry a tune. Have you heard her sing live lately?
Girl, you need to shut up.
Mariah cannot
No,
sing
the
no more,
last
honey.
time-
Girl,
They had
you can
her-
have a bad day. You're not gonna talk about Mariah Carey
her
like
last
that.
couple.
Don't play with me.
Listen, the last
No,
couple of times she
no,
had to perform
no,
live, it was
no.
all bad.
Hold on, but
Don't
Mariah
even.
already admitted herself that she can't hit those notes anymore.
She can't. She said she
can't
how
hit those notes
unfair
anymore.
Jillian is.
No,
But
ma'am.
wait, Jillian, she's already said that she can't hit those
She
notes
can't hit
anymore.
those notes. Her last performance was a fail.
That happens when you get older, but
so then you can't sit up here and say that she's still a better.
Even at Beyonce at her prime, Whitney at her prime, Mariah, I'm just sorry, no.
Listen, Beyonce's touching 40, right? And she's still
older than 40.
She's still hitting them notes. How old is Mariah Carey?
Girl, Mariah in her 50s.
Listen, she wouldn't hit them notes 10 years ago either.
Girl, Mariah stop playing.
Mariah ain't hit them notes in years.
You need to stop playing.
Mariah has a different.
We're in Mariah Carey season right now, so stop playing.
Baby,
we're in Mariah Carey season right
that
now.
Song no more. She can't sing that song anymore.
Mariah cannot sing
anymore. She
anymore.
cannot.
Stop playing. Don't let me bust out Mariah Carey's Christmas album. Don't play with me.
It's an album. Bust it out. But she cannot sing anymore. She cannot.
Girl, shut up.
She can't.
Mariah Carey cannot sing.
All right, y'all.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Mariah Carey cannot
Listen,
sing
guys.
Girl, shut up.
She can't.
Hello.
Shut up, girl. Bye.
I am the moderator, and I said that we are done. And Beyonce is the greatest
of all time.
And
whatever.
With that, we're gonna get out of here and let y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
Debatable.
It's been real. Wish me happy birthday in the comments.
Bye.
Girl, shut up.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on, and leave us a review.
We want to support local businesses, so if you'd like us to shout out your business, or if you have a topic suggestion, or even questions for our QA section, we want to hear from you. So reach out to us at letmefinish@gmail.com. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Let Me Finish. Don't forget that the E in me is the number 3. You can find me at New Jillian Houdis on Instagram. Stacy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mrs. Cams01. I'm also on TikTok, Mrs. Cams01, MRSKAMS01.
And Janice, where can we find you? You guys can find me on Instagram at Uniquely Janice, and Facebook and TikTok, I'm just Janice Housen. Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys then.